A very good morning to you on this festival day of St Ethelred. Today marks the Lesser Anglican festival of St Ethelred, who found an abbey in Anglo-Saxon times on the island of Ely. The location of her original shrine is commemorated within Ely Cathedral. Ely Cathedral stands out as a visible landmark across the many miles of the Cambridgeshire Fens. Because of that famous octagonal lantern tower that is so unique, it is a remarkable profile set against the flat landscape and is often referred to as the ship of the Fens. We might well ask ourselves if the sight of Ely Cathedral's lantern tower draws us towards it to visit, or whether, as the ship of the Fens, it is a constant light or point of reference or attention that travels with us wherever we may be in that area. A constant comfort, a reference point. It is said that one of the great 20th century societal calamities was the destruction of the familiar in community and neighbourhood, as town centres and poor housing areas were torn apart to create a brave new townscape. The pub on the corner, the familiar street pattern, the back alleys, the mix of many centuries of architecture were destroyed so that new modern town planning ideas could prevail. We may have provided new, safe and modern housing and hygiene, but the hearts of communities and towns were ripped apart and became the concrete unfamiliar, disorientating many, and the spirit of relationship, comfort and belonging were lost. It is interesting the fact that wherever you go in North Cambridgeshire, the lantern of Ely Cathedral's octagonal tower has been visible for centuries and defines something unchanging and enduring. You could say the sight of the lantern on the horizon is a statement of God with us down the centuries as the peoples of the area go around and about their daily lives, year in, year out. It is not of the 20th century world a concrete unfamiliar, but something enduring, lasting and loved. But isn't God always with us wherever we may be or reside? In Jesus he roams the land with a lantern of hope and love, quietly but insistently knocking on our souls to let him in so that he may love us and we may come to love him. We may be familiar with William Hunt's painting called The Light of the World, which depicts the verses of Revelation. Listen, I am standing at the door knocking. If you hear my voice and open the door, I will come into you and eat with you and you with me. I wonder if Ely Cathedral, the ship of the Fens, is not rather like a roaming Jesus on the horizon of many local lives, who is holding a lantern and constantly knocking on their hearts to have an encounter with God. We know our Church of Holy Saviour is not quite so visible as Ely Cathedral. Nevertheless, our church is a constant and enduring heart in our community, familiar, unassuming. Yes, our church is just there, like Jesus with his lantern, knocking. But it also roams quietly as people go about their daily lives in our part of Hitchin, a reference point which comforts and speaks goodness and kindness if it is seen and tasted. And the hymn today is "I heard the voice of Jesus say," which perhaps speaks to that William Hunt painting of a Jesus with a lantern on a horizon who wanders and knocks on doors, a familiar, a friend, a companion, who is there always to stop us being disorientated by life.